Hi guys, this is Emily Cupelli, and for today's card I'll be using the Hedgehog's stamp set from Fawn. I started stamping the images on Strathmore watercolor paper using my archival ink in jet black. To color them, I decided to try something a bit different for me. I started trying some feathering technique using the Gathered Twigs distress marker to add some texture. Then I added to them a bit of clean water to spread the color. To add more color and dimension, I'm adding some vintage photo distress ink and more water using my brush. This way, I ended up with a subtle texture on my images. I really like how that turned out. Anyhow, if you want even more texture, you can go again over them with the marker once they are dry. For the body of the hedgehogs, I added some antique linen distress ink for which I didn't worry too much about the shadows. Then I went ahead and die cut the hedgehogs as well as the stitch journaling card from where I die cut a hill and a cloud. I'll color the hill using my distress ink in cracked pistachio and a round blending tool. To add some dimension, I'll add some evergreen bough to the bottom of it. For the cloud, I'll use the scattered straw distress ink and a bit of the dried marigold distress ink for the upper edge of it, although at the end, I wish I used more of the dried marigold to make it look more orangey than yellow. For the sky, I'll use the distress inks in Tattered Rose and Worn Lipstick, adding the lighter color to the bottom and the darker on the top. Since the sky and cloud ended up a bit darker than I wanted, I'll evenly mist it with clean water and blot it with a dry and clean paper towel to remove a bit of color. Now I'm adding glue to another stitch journaling card while I'll glue the pieces of the background, starting from the bottom. Even though I added glue all over the stitch journaling card, I'm also adding a bit of glue to the areas of the pieces that I want to make sure that it stick very well. Also, I'm using a dry paper towel to remove the excess of glue that might peek through the different die cuts. To stamp the phrase in the set, I'm using the VersaFine in Onyx Black. I die cut again the hedgehogs, this time out of craft foam, and I'm passing them through my Siren machine. In the same position, I'm passing the hedgehogs I already colored. Now I'm going to burnish them from the back using my bone folder. This is important to make sure all the adhesive behind the pieces transfers to them and the pieces gets adhesive all over their back. Also, I'm going around the pieces with a pick tool to avoid any adhesive sticking around their edges. Then I'll remove the colored pieces from the backing paper and stick them on top of the foam pieces. This is basically the same than adding the adhesive to both sides of the foam pieces. Now we'll remove them from the backing paper and we'll position them on my card. Once I'm happy with the placement, we'll press them down firmly. This adhesive worked perfectly with the craft foam. Then we'll round the corners of my 4-bar card using my 1/4 of an inch corner jumper. I already scattered a few crystal iridescent sequins from that is in 5 and 8 mm and glued them to my card with my multi-medium mat. Now I'm adding some stickles and stardust to the center of the sequins. And here is my finished card. Here you can see the sparkling sequins as well as the dimension on the hedgehogs. I really like the effect the craft foam adds to die-cut images like these ones. I don't see any need to hide it. Actually, I think it looks really cool and neat. Also, in the pictures you will hopefully notice that I also added a tiny dot of my irresistible pico embellisher to the eye and noses of my hedgehogs, which I love for those little details. Here are 3 more love cards for you to watch, perfect for Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!